Welcome to Founders Future, a podcast powered by Closers.io, where we dive into the journeys of innovative entrepreneurs and explore the road ahead for them and their companies. I'm your host, Jae Encarnacion, and in each episode, we uncover the stories behind impactful ventures, the challenges faced along the way, and the strategies driving their future growth. Today, we're thrilled to have Aaron Golub, the founder of Precision Search. Aaron brings an inspiring story as the first legally blind athlete to play Division I football at Tulane University, a former NFL free agent, and a passionate entrepreneur. Based in San Francisco, Precision Search, founded to make SEO accessible to all, is revolutionizing how businesses boost their online presence through programmatic SEO tools. We'll be exploring his founding story, how his business empowers clients in the digital marketing space, and his vision for scaling this innovative venture. So with that being said, let's dive right into it. Aaron, welcome to Founders Future.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Excited to chat with you.
Absolutely, man. A pleasure to have you on the show and an incredible background that you have there, Aaron. So really would love for you to take us back to the beginning and talk to us a bit about what specific problem in the SEO landscape really inspired you to start Precision Search.
Yeah, look, Precision Search is a fairly new company. I built a business for myself as a speaker based on my background, my story of, like you said, being legally blind, playing football. And I go around to companies, to teams, to events all around the world all the time and do their keynotes, do workshops, all of that stuff. And I realized I built a really unique way for myself. There's a lot of ways I get speeches, but I built a really unique way of how I used SEO to work for me. And it wasn't just the traditional on-page, off-page technical SEO. Of course, all that's important. But I realized that for me, I built what's called programmatic SEO. And that's creating thousands of pages focused on long tail keywords that are easier to rank highly on Google for. And so it's not focusing on blog posts, it's focusing specifically on web pages attached to your website. And I could position myself as, for example, a top speaker in certain long tail keywords in different industries or different cities around the country. And I started to get a lot of inbound from that of people who may happen to think, let's just take the location vertical. I just signed a contract for a pretty large speaking engagement in South Carolina in for a few months from now. And when I got on the call originally with them, they thought I lived in South Carolina. I was able to talk through them and go through my sales process and convince them that, no, I don't live in South Carolina, but that doesn't matter. This is why you still should fly me in and pay me to come speak, and signed a contract. And so we realized that this was such a unique model that could be, I did it all manually and it could be automated. It could help tons of other businesses. And so we hired a dev team that I've worked with for other things, and we developed into a software. And today's like the end of June, we literally just launched. We've just started to onboard our initial customers, our initial clients onto the software, and it's been fantastic.
I love it. On that same note, as far as your focus now as a founder, is it now balancing between what you're doing with the keynote speaking and the events that you're doing on top of Precision Search, or is Precision Search going to be more of the focus now moving forward, trying to scale and grow that brand?
Of course, I'm always going to do speaking engagements. I have a unique story that can help and impact others. But at the end of the day, my number one thing right now is Precision Search. My goal is to grow that into 8-9 figure type company. I think it has the potential to do that. It's really early in this automated type SEO space where certain strategies maybe aren't working as well as they used to. It doesn't mean that they don't work. They definitely work. And we're not trying to compete against agencies. We're trying to work with them. It's a tool that SEO agencies or web dev agencies could use with their clients on top of what they're doing. We're creating relationships where we can refer our clients to SEO agencies, or SEO agencies can refer to us. Of course, someone could use us standalone as well, and we have plenty of people who are doing that. But we're not trying to be this competitor. We're doing something that most SEO agencies don't do, or when they do it, it's something that they do manually. It takes them hours and hours of work, like it did when I built it out for myself.
Incredible. So with that, I definitely would love to get into the nuts and bolts of Precision Search, what you're really doing with it, especially for our listeners who, once this episode airs, Aaron, could very well come and want to work with you and have your help with the SEO side. So walk us through how you're really generating revenue today with Precision Search around the core offer, exactly what you're bringing to the table here for your clients, how it's structured for them, and who is your ideal client that you like to work with on this side.
Yeah, it's a simple SaaS model. It's $500 a month. You can cancel whenever you want. As of right now, it's month to month. And so that is a fraction of the cost of paying an SEO agency. And so if you want to work with us standalone, then, feel free. If you want to add that on top of what you're doing with your SEO agency, then great. Transparently, it can work for most types of businesses. Someone like me who's a speaker, it can work with someone who's a more local business, a real estate agent, an attorney, can work with an e-commerce brand who maybe it's really hard to rank for top running shoes, but maybe it's a lot easier to rank for top red running shoes for a marathon. And
Right.
longer tail keywords like that help a lot. And that's the main focus right now. It's the only kind of main criteria is right now we kind of work with 4 types of websites. So if you want it to work for you, your website has to either be built in WordPress, Webflow, Wix, or Shopify. As of right now, we can't integrate with others. That takes up, I think from what I looked up, that takes up about 75% of websites on the internet. So most people's sites we can integrate with.
Incredible. Incredible. So I would love to get a bit more of a deeper understanding on your offer here, right? Especially the productization of it and the fact that you're trying to grow this business model to 8, 9 figures. What's the idea of scale on that front, especially with just having it being 500 a month? How do you plan on really building it to get to that 8, 9 figure size that you're looking to get to?
Yeah, it's scale of working with more people. It's a typical SaaS product. We have to onboard a lot of customers to get to that point down the road.
Yeah.
But at the same time, someone who joins can join at 500 and then you get a certain amount of pages and things for that. And you can add on additional pages for lower tier costs on top of that as well. And so, we've seen that some people in the early stages, maybe they start off at that and then they add on additional pages and then they're paying more money as well for it. So that's really, yes, you can get away with that plan and that works really well, but you also can upgrade and add more pages and expand. So there's lots of room for growth on both ends once someone's in the tool, as well as just getting new customers onto it. We have a really good affiliate program. So, if you want to send someone our way, if you sign up, or even if you're not using it, if you know someone who wants to, we can get you an affiliate link. And we have a pretty good affiliate program for you to earn commission as long as they are paying us.
Amazing. Absolutely incredible. So with that, what do you see? Clearly, this is something that you're doing to help your clients. What's working best for you in precision search right now, Aaron, for the acquisition side of things? How are you acquiring those new clients consistently? And do you have a predictable way to bring those clients in, and what channels are working the best for you there?
Yeah, right now, obviously using SEO and using the tool ourselves. So that's helpful. On top of that, you doing a lot of cold outreach. I built my previous business and like it's still my current business, my speaking business, but doing a ton of cold email, LinkedIn outreach, all of that. So we do a lot of that. And then we're just starting to get into kind of the ad sphere. I don't know if I'd say lucky, but I haven't really in my business in the past had to really do ads because it wasn't a thing that was needed for kind of that speaking business. My speaking business was built off of cold outreach and SEO, and I've done very well in that. But I never really had to learn ads, and I'm someone who I didn't know much about SEO a few years ago, and then I just learned all of it. Several years ago, I didn't know cold outreach, and I learned everything there is to know about cold email. And now we're in the process of also adding an ad and diving into that and learning that. But as of right now, those are our main acquisition channels of SEO, cold outreach, soon hopefully ads, and then obviously referrals with that affiliate process.
So obviously still learning how to do the ads properly, get the right message in front of the right people is the next step. So really adding to that scale. So it sounds like it's a bit of a bottleneck right now because you still want to get that lever to pull and have that predictability, but putting the right pieces in place to get you to a point where you do have that predictability with leads coming in for that continued growth from the sounds of it, correct?
Absolutely. And look, for the fact that we like literally just finished development,
Yeah.
like we're in a good place. Like the past 6 months and or so have been development. We literally just launched. And so it's things come with time and we're in a good spot for where we're at.
I absolutely love that. As far as the process, is this something that you're doing as a solopreneur here, Aaron, or do you have a team now with you, sales team, marketing team? I know you have a nice affiliate program. What does that process look for you as a founder of the company?
Yeah, I have a co-founder, actually my sister. She's been involved in my speaking business and other businesses I've been involved in varying degrees. And we're partners on this. And so she's a co-founder as well, which has been super valuable. And it's great to work together and focus on certain areas that we're each good at. Obviously, we have other people on our team, but right now we're really focused on founder-led sales in the beginning. We're a strong believer that, look, there's pros and cons to hiring sales teams. I've been involved in enough businesses to understand that. And I think when you just launch a new product, a new business, before you have a full sales system, a sales process built out, it's a mistake to hire salespeople, is my kind of strong opinion there. I think you really need to do founder-led sales because so you can tighten that feedback loop and really understand in real time what's working and what's not working. And you do that for 3 months, you get to your first X amount of MRR, and then you bring in a sales team.
I love it. I love it. So that sounds like it's the game plan for now. You and your sister really hitting it hard on that sales side, really figuring out
Absolutely.
what works best, and then being able to implement a team to push that forward for you and hit those big goals that you have set out. Incredible on that front there. Talk to us a bit here, Aaron, about where your mindset is right now of some bottlenecks that you're looking to push through to get that efficiency and that scale and that growth that you're looking for. What are those bottlenecks and how are you planning to really break through them?
Yeah, at the end of the day, I don't know what I don't know. I've never run a SaaS. I've never been a SaaS founder. It's a new sphere, a new venture for me. And even just within the development process, there were obviously different hurdles that arose from time to time. And I'm sure there will be hurdles both on the dev side, the marketing side, the sales side over the next month, 6 months, a year. That's the fun part about business and entrepreneurship, is figuring it out. I didn't go this path just to have it easy, but to building a business to the size that I think that this can truly become in several years from now is going to take a lot of hard work, a lot of effort, and there's going to be a lot of challenges. So it's always fun for me to work through those, though.
Love it. And I think that's truly the beauty of being a founder, right? Is really getting your hands dirty, getting into it and doing something that you love and you're passionate about. And in this perfect example, it's something new, right? Something that you haven't done before. And you know that this is going to take a lot of work to get it to the point where you need to get it to. But I love that as an example for our listeners who are also maybe deciding to get into something new on their own and are scared to jump in and make the dive. But clear as day, when you do, as long as you put that work in, it can really pay dividends. So just incredible to hear that journey so far of yours, Aaron. So walk us through and paint us a picture here. What is the rest of 2025 look like for Precision Search? I know that you have those big goals down the line, 8, 9 figures. For the rest of this year, what are you hyper focused on to really start to achieve those goals?
Yeah, I'd like to get to our first 100 customers by the end of the year, which would put us at about 50,000 MRR. Obviously, it could be more or less depending on if people come inside and add more pages and stuff. But give or take 100 customers, give or take 50K MRR by the end of the year, I think is a realistic goal. I think that, now that we've launched, it's just doubling down on everything we're doing with outreach, with SEO, and really finishing and diving deeper into ads and getting that stuff launched in the next kind of couple weeks. And assuming all that stuff goes as I want, which I'm sure it won't, because every time in every endeavor, nothing goes how you plan. But I think that's our goal, is 100 customers at that rate by the end of the year.
Love it. I love it. So with that, if we were able to get a little hypothetical here, Aaron, and really be able to snap our fingers, provide you with unlimited resources right now at your fingertips, what do you think is something that you're implementing immediately into Precision Search?
I truly believe that, kind of, given that it's a SaaS product, that the ad space is something that I need to learn. Again, I'm not someone who would just hire someone to come in and run ads for me. I'd rather pay someone double the amount to sit there and teach me how to click the buttons and exactly what to do. I want to learn it. I want to know what to do. Now, after I learn it, if I want to outsource it, sure. But I'll never pay someone to do something before I understand how to do it with them. And so I'd rather, let's just say an agency was going to charge $3,000 a month to run ads. I'd rather pay you $5,000 in the first month. We're going to work together for X number of hours. We're going to be on X number of Zoom calls. You're going to show me exactly what buttons to click, exactly what to do. After that first month, I have a full understanding. I'm going to run the first campaign. And then if I don't want to freaking do it from then on out, I'll hire you to run it for me. But now I understand exactly what we're doing and I can help adjust things.
I love that. And just a phenomenal mindset, right? And that is the founder's mindset, is really wanting to understand what you're doing before outsourcing anything on that front. And again, same thing you're doing with the sales side as well, right? Doing the founder-led sales, really understanding what it takes to be successful on that front, then bringing on salespeople.
Yeah.
Same thing on the ad side. So really, again, for our listeners, Aaron is dropping some gold here. And this is what it takes, right? To be a founder, to run a company and put yourself in a position where you really know all of the inner workings before really being able to hit that next level of scale and growth. So just incredible so far, hearing your journey and your mindset of the success that is to come here, Aaron. So with that there, how do you see the SEO industry as a whole and its evolution in the coming years, especially with your technology-driven approach and everything with AI and just the coming of how big technology is getting in the future here. What do you see that, and how are you positioning yourself to take advantage of that?
Yeah, look, everyone thinks that AI is going to take over the SEO agency, and like they're right and they're wrong. Um, More people are using ChatGPT to search, but again, that's like that's 10% of people. You think
Yeah.
90% of people in the US understand that? No, most people don't understand AI at all. And it's not going to take over as quickly as people think. And even for the ones that it does, I've gotten like what ChatGPT does is it pulls in the top resources. So if you're searching top whatever, let's say top speaker in, and I landed something from this recently as well, top speaker in Miami, but you search it in, and they used certain keywords that I had attached to mine. Maybe it was top speaker on resilience in Miami, and I don't live in Miami, but they put into ChatGPT, and because I pop up when you do that in Google, it pulled into ChatGPT, and they booked a call. It's like it pulls in from Google.
Right. So essentially, the SEO and AEO kind of fall in the same space where you could really take advantage of that if you know what you're doing, which clear as day, that's what you guys are taking advantage of there. So even with people utilizing that artificial intelligence to do the searches, you can still really help out their businesses and get them in front of the right eyes.
Absolutely.
I love it. I love it. So with that, I want to take us into the lightning round here, Aaron. And on that front, would love to know a tool or a resource that you're utilizing right now, whether it's a leadership insight from your athletic background, an SEO strategy, an AI tool. What's been the biggest game changer for precision search this far?
Look, I think outsourcing talent to people, outsourcing talent has been super valuable for me. I think oftentimes people are afraid to hire overseas, and I have just incredible people on my team all over the world, and I highly recommend doing that.
Absolutely incredible. I love that. And then just two more questions for you before we wrap up the show today, Aaron. The first one's going to be, what is the best piece of advice that you have personally ever received about scaling a tech-driven business like this?
A good question, because I have never scaled a tech-driven business. I don't think I've gotten that much advice on it. I think just pay people pay to learn from people that don't know, when you don't know what you're doing. Like the same thing with ads. Like I'm probably in the next couple of weeks, once I learn a little bit more, we'll hire someone to teach me some stuff there. There's no point in just going on selling on my own when I can hire someone to get me where I would be in a year, in a month. And that's probably some good advice on that.
I love it. I love it. And then last, certainly not least here, Aaron, what is the best piece of advice that you can offer to our listeners tuning in, listening to your incredible journey? What can you leave them with before we wrap up the show today?
Just don't be afraid to fail. Look back at my football career. Like going from football to entrepreneurship to the businesses I've run, just try and figure it out. Like it doesn't matter if you fail, just get back up and keep trying again.
I absolutely love that. With that, right there, that is going to wrap up another inspiring episode of Founders Future. And Aaron, truly, just thank you so much again for coming on the show, sharing your incredible journey and your insights with us. And clear as day, with your drive, your passion, your resilience, you're going to see a lot of success in your career. And truly would love to have you back on the show, maybe another 6 months to a year, to get some good updates, because I know there will be many. So again, thank you so much. It was an honor and a pleasure. And to our listeners, if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe to Founders Future wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. And also check out Precision Search at precisionsearch.io to learn more about their Programmatic SEO tools. And follow Aaron on LinkedIn at linkedin.com/in/Aaron Golub. For more resources and insights, you can visit us at closers.io, where we are dedicated to helping businesses accelerate their growth through trained appointment setters and world-class marketing systems. Until then, keep climbing, and we will see you on the next one.